Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Kodeations, and as you guessed it, baby, we are taking a look at some Cookie Run Kingdom today, specifically the update sneak peek that they officially dropped in the game that is going to be dropping on May 28th, man. So I'm super excited to get in here and tell you everything that's going to be brand new for this update coming in, because it is a megaton of information. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Diving right in, ladies and gentlemen. So if you can't tell already, the first thing that we're going to be covering in today's video is going to be the Sugar Gnome Laboratory, all right? The Sugar Gnome Laboratory, besides looking ridiculously cool and well designed, if you don't know, is going to be placed right here where the gnome and the extra large blueprints are placed in your overall kingdom, all right? So it's going to be placed up here on this hill, kind of secluded by itself, separating, you know, your kingdom from what looks like the Broken Mines, and we still don't know exactly what it's going to be. But with that being said, already now taking a look at some official patch notes here, we've got science is the future, research new technologies to make your cookies stronger and your kingdom management easier. All right, so again, we're not really exactly sure what that all entails, or being kind of vague here, leaving some of that mystery open for us to discover when the update officially drops on May 28th. But nevertheless, a couple of things that you need to know about the laboratory. One, your cookie castle has to be level 7 in order to even unlock and use the laboratory. The second one up is going to be the laboratory can be upgraded in order to unlock new technologies, as you can see right here. And then third and final, in order to perform either the upgrade on the laboratory or the tech research on the technology, you have to have a specific ingredient and materials in order to do so. All right, and the materials also will vary depending on what technology you are looking to research. All right, so just keep that in mind. That gives us a little bit of information when it comes to the laboratory. Again, it's really vague. We'll have to see what they're directly referring to when it comes to cookies being stronger and your cookie management easier when the patch actually drops in the game. Now moving on to probably the most exciting part about this video, at least for me, man, is going to be that I was officially 100% right. Red Velvet is going to be dropping in the game at that epic tier rank, and not only that, I was right by assuming he was a charger cookie. All right, so again, definitely excited about that. If you guys don't know, I want you to take a look at this. I've been hoarding all of this experience, man, every bit of this experience to just dump into Red Velvet as soon as he jumps into the game, because I just like his design so much. All right, so anyways, diving back in here, as you can see, we've got Red Velvet Cookie, time to greet Red Velvet Cookie, and it says a charge cookie wielding his crimson hand. That's that, you know, cake slash, you know, cookie hand thing he's got going on. All right, basically skill to grasp the rearmost enemy, bring it into the front of the cookie squad, dealing great damage and stunning for a short time, and cannot be interrupted. That's insane. So we've got a cookie that basically is a frontline unit going to pull the rearmost enemy, like the furthest enemy away, just like Vampire attacks that enemy. Instead, Red Velvet's going to pull that enemy up to the very front line, do it says great damage, so do really good amount of single target damage, and then stunning them. And last but not least, if you're using Tiger Lily or a Latte, he can't be interrupted, which means his skill will always 100% work. Now, moving right along to the next thing, and probably a really big surprise to any player out there currently in Cookie Run Kingdom, and that's going to be that they are bringing Devil Cookie, aka a rare cookie, in an update, a rare cookie. Now that's very interesting because they've never done this, and what's really interesting is that the meta currently has always been epic cookies. Can this potentially be a meta shift to a rare being viable via his skills? Now, I'm not really sure. Again, I'm just speculating. I'm just theory crafting when it comes to utilizing something like this, but I do find it very interesting that they decided to throw this in the game at this point in time when epics are basically the only type that you would be using when it comes to mid and late game. All right, so anyways, we've got the brand new Devil Cookie. This is going to be what he looks like. And not only that, his skill is going to be a magic cookie, so that's what his class is going to be, and then also his skill Devil devilish rune, very similar to something like Latte and Espresso. Basically summons a rune on the ground that deals damage over time to enemies standing on it, and last but not least is going to reduce their attack speed and their movement speed. All right, so again, very unique set of skills when it comes to the overall Devil Cookie and his description, and especially being a rare cookie, I'm really curious to see how he's going to be incorporated. Is everybody going to only summon on him once and then get him just to fulfill the bonds, or are are they actually going to potentially find some good team compositions that you can then find use for a rare cookie in the meta? So I'm not really sure. We'll have to dive in there and take a look at it once it does drop in the game. But next up here, we've got some additional additions, and that's going to be the 3 brand new treasures, baby. 3 brand new treasures coming along with 2 cookies. This is possibly the biggest, newest stuff update that they've had in the game, in my personal opinion. We've got 3 new treasures. We've got introducing the Librarian's Enchanted Robe, which is going to increase the attack speed of 2 cookies with the highest attack speed boost rate. Now, I'm not exactly sure what that means. It says the cookies that will receive this boost may vary during the battle, and if there are cookies with the same attack speed boost rate, then the effect will be applied to the cookie with the highest attack. So I'm very curious to see how that actually is worded in game on the official treasure, because sometimes, you know, the translation via the patch notes or the treasure in game can vary a little bit. So I'm curious to see what that is, but nevertheless, it's very, very awesome that they're increasing the attack speed, because it's only going to allow you to pop off that cookie skill a lot sooner. All right. So anyways, the next one up that we've got is going to be the Blind Healer's Staff, which is going to heal the cookie with the lowest HP by a portion of all cookies' attack for 5 seconds. That's very interesting. Very, very niche, very interesting treasure. I'm not really exactly sure how it's going to fit, or if it will even fit at all in any sort of meta. But one thing to keep in mind is it is directly healing the cookie, and it's healing the cookie that needs it the most, aka the lowest HP. So I'm not really exactly sure how it's going to play out when it does talk about the, you know, scaling off of the portion of all cookies attack for 5 seconds. And because it says for 5 seconds, does that mean it's a rejuvenation heal and not an instant heal? Yeah, again, there's just too many questions for us to really talk about here in the patch notes. We got to wait till it drops in the game to, again, look at the description and really hone in after we do some testing on it. The next one up is going to be, what is it, the Gink Goblin's Trophy Safe, which basically attracts coins during battle and provides extra coins after victory. All right, now this seems very similar to kind of like a bootleg or a knockoff version of the coin purse, where you just get additional coins, but I'm not really sure. Again, very, very vague. We'll have to see once it drops in the game and how it actually functions when you start rolling with it. Next up, I'm not going to really talk too much about the bonds. They are dropping the new bonds for the new cookies, as they always do, but that's not really exciting to me. I know you can get some additional stat bonuses and stuff by completing the bonds, but one thing I am really excited about is going to be those sweet Tower of Chaos additional trays, baby. I once again called it here on the channel. We are getting the 150 trays is going to be what it's going to be going up to from the original 90 trays that are currently in that Chaos Tower right now. If you haven't got in there officially and checked it out, I highly recommend that you do. The story mode is really, really fun in the Chaos Tower with pastry and red velvet and pomegranate and, you know, dark enchantress. Really, really cool, you know, story mode. And not only that, the tower mode is filled with experience jellies and crystals and other basically resources that you get just for completing the trays. And so far, it's been pretty easy to do. So definitely get in there and do that. Next up, they do have some additional changes, which again, not going to be anything crazy, but it talks about some treasures and displaying different information and additional information to just help us better understand those treasures. Again, we'll have to wait and see how that change is affected on them once it does drop in the game. Same thing goes for the last but not least, and that's going to be the guild section, which talks about the basically participants for that day appearing in ascending order versus what they were doing beforehand, and then also participants that have the same number of participation attempts will be sorted based on their contribution. And then it says last but not least, other additions and changes as always will be further explained in the official patch notes once it goes live in the game. All right, so that's going to be it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I am absolutely pumped up and excited, if you guys can't tell, for this update, man. Not only do we get red velvet cookie, we're going to get another brand new cookie, a rare cookie at that. We're going to get 3 new treasures to get in here and test out. We get 150 floors on that freaking Chaos Tower compared to the 90 that we're currently on right now. Again, if you haven't got in there, get those resources, because it's a cheap, easy way to get yourself a megaton of experience, ladies and gentlemen. You guys let me know down below in the comments, are you excited for this update? Which cookie are you waiting for the most? And as always, be sure to smash that red subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you guys get a notification every time I drop a video. We will be going live, as we always do, when the update drops officially in the game. I love each and every one of you guys, and I will see you on the next one.